Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be something a bit different. I feel like I'm saying this a lot. Yeah, either way. Today I'm going to go through my watch collection. I guess it is a watch collection. To be honest, I think I'm making this video as much for you guys as I'm doing it for me, because I'm currently 23. I have the watch I'm going to present today, and I feel like it's not going to stop here. So I feel like it'd be a very interesting video to come back to in a few years, to compare where I came from, what I liked, what I owned, and compare to what it is in the future. So I'm going to go through all of the watch I have, tell a story about the watch or how I obtained it, and I'm going to go through them chronologically in the order I bought them, if I remember correctly. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy this content. If you do like this type of video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it and it helps my channel. And if you want to see more of my content, please subscribe. It means the world to me. But now, let's get watching. Cringe. So the first watch is the Orient Bambino. In most cases I also kept the original strap, but I changed it to like a clasp thing because I found it more elegant and practical. But it's mostly the original straps or bracelets. This watch is meant to be the gateway into the watch collection thing. I guess that's true for me as well, because that is my first automatic watch I've ever purchased. I always was interested in watches. Even growing up, I always found them very interesting and beautiful and impressive in some cases. As you can't really see the watches from this distance, I'm going to do some close-ups of the watch I'm mentioning every time. But this one Bambino is a very classic dress watch, you know, white dial, silver coloring, leather, brown strap. Very discreet, very nice. And the cool thing with Orient is that they make their own movement. So with a lot of cheaper brands, it's very common for them to use a movement from another company. But Orient is quite a big Japanese company that does their own movement. So that is a cool watch in itself and very affordable as well. So yeah, great first purchase. I don't regret this at all. The second watch I bought as well is this very retro Seiko 5, which I bought to open up and possibly restore, have a look around inside, just, you know, to see. I think it was cool, and I like the design as well. It's very retro. I think it's cool. I didn't get a chance to open it up yet. I probably one day. Right now I'm just quite busy, but I will in the future. It's also a very cheap watch, so if I fuck it up when I try to fix it, there's no regret. The third watch is actually a gift from my parents, which is this Seiko Presage. I do like Seiko a lot. I feel like it's a great value brand, like classic designs, very well executed. Again, it's in-house movements. There's some good like horology history behind the brand. It's also a very significant brand in the watch industry. So I think it's a good brand in itself, and they do very good designs, and their movements are really good as well. So this is a really nice watch. I'm keeping it on the bracelet. I'm usually not a big fan of bracelets, but this one's quite nice and it goes with the watch. I might upgrade it in the future for something else, a strap or another bracelet, but so far I like it like this. Again, this is a dress watch. It's quite big for a dress watch. It's 41 millimeters, but I think it works. I do prefer smaller size watches. So the 41 of this Seiko Presage is the biggest I think I'd ever go with, or like for maybe for specific watches maybe a bit bigger, but My rule is like 40 maximum, usually. Then the third one is something I bought online, which is this Seiko 5 reference SNKL 23, if I'm not mistaken. 38mm dress watch, again, from Seiko. I replaced the original bracelet to this black leather band. I do think it works better. The original bracelet feels a bit cheap, so I think it's a nice upgrade. I think it's a very nice watch, especially for the price. I think it was £100 for new stock. So this watch has been discontinued for a bit, but you can still find some new old stock in some places. I think retail originally they were below £80, but they're going a bit up in price now because it's discontinued. Very nice, textured dial again in certain light. You can't really go wrong, and it's extremely cheap as well, so definitely happy I have this. So the fifth watch is also a Seiko from the 1970s, and this is also a dress watch. I think I have a type, but this one's golden and not silver, so I guess it's a bit different. I think that's the original bracelet. It's like this extendable bracelet, which is kind of cool actually. It's a bit rusty and old, but it's nice. Obviously pre-owned, but I don't know, I think it looks vintage and retro in a cool way. So I really like this. It's also an engraving in the back that says, presented to C.A. Holmes for 25 years of royal services, April 1976. So I think it's cool to know that this watch has a story, you know, like someone earned it for 25 years of work and probably worn it and probably died since, actually. And now it's here with me. So I think that's kind of cool that it's traveling through time type of thing. So yeah, I like this. The next one, I think, marks a turn in my collection lifetime because it is the first luxury watch. I consider it luxury. Some people might argue with this. It might actually be the most expensive watch I own. I know watches can be a lot more expensive than this, but for me that's quite a step up from everything I owned before. So there was a lot of reflection into buying this piece. This is a Constellation Omega that is gold plated and not solid gold, a specific model. Chronometer certified with the medallion of the observatory on the back. So this watch for me is everything a dress watch should be. It's discreet but elegant. It's small but you can only notice it, and it works. I don't know, it's just a classic piece. And Omega is a very renowned brand that has a very cool history, and this watch as well has a cool history. So I'm glad it's part of the collection. The next one is definitely the one that's the most out there, if I can say it like this. This is a Bulova Accutron N7, I believe. There's a very cool story behind this watch. So Bulova is an American brand, and they launched these Accutron watches when most of the watches were still mechanical or manual wind. And this was a technology very impressive for the time because it kept very accurate time compared to mechanical watches. But it looked very bland, so it looked a lot like a normal watch, like a mechanical watch, because there was a normal dial and it looked nothing different from another watch. So to display to the customer what technology went behind making this watch, they made some models without the dial, exposing the mechanism, which looks something like this. And they had them on show in the stores. And it turns out that the customers really liked the design of the dials being removed, So Bulova launched those kits to the shops that could transform a normal Bulova Accutron into an Accutron called Spaceview. So they were selling the crystal and the dial was removed, and I think the hands could have been changed depending on the model, not sure. But it's a very cool story, very cool watch. I think it's 36mm. I think it's the smallest round watch I own. But it was great. It's very unique, but very classic at the same time. I don't know how to explain. I think the band helps as well for this, but because it's quite small and minimalistic in a way, I think it's a very interesting piece. It's a great conversation starter. And yeah, I'm happy I have this. And last but not least is this Cartier tank vermeil. This is on the original strap. I believe this is from the 70s. This is originally a woman's watch. It is very small, as you can see on my wrist, but I do like the look of it a lot, and I do not wish it was bigger. It's a very elegant watch, very interesting design, but yeah, latest addition to the collection. So as you can see, this box is full. I think this specific watch is going to go because it's more of an experiment than an actual part of the collection, but otherwise it's pretty full. As for my next acquisition, I think what will replace this in the box pretty soon is a black diver watch. I'm not set on the model yet. If you have some suggestions, I'm open to it. I have my eyes on a Yema Superman, or obviously the Rolex Submariner. There's no going around Rolex, is there? Or Tudor Blackbay 50H probably. But yeah, a 38mm diver in black, probably black dial, black bezel, is probably what is going to join the collection pretty soon. I hope you enjoyed this video. Very random. I don't know if that's something you're interested in at all. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and it helps me know what you guys enjoy watching. And subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of my content. I will see you very soon, and in the meantime, have a great day.